One of an important topic, though in design we say everything that is constructed means a space or a design. But one of the most important thing is how do we deal with the natural landscape? How are we dealing with the plants? How is the color green kind of there to be emotive in the whole space? Many of the clients are bypassing this as their requirements or as their aspirations. So the habitats that are being created these days do not have a longevity of belongingness. Things have changed their definition because the temporariness of the space makes a user not connect to it like myself, my corner, my areas. That's what human DNA had been designed to live with the nature. It has been, the enclosures happened very lately with the human DNA. Earlier they were always with the woods, with the rocks, with the caves, with the nature. Tree was always like a part of it. The greens, the very green of the color gives a very, I would say, functionally bounded, secure and strong, relaxing feeling. Now the strong and relaxing though may sound a very contrast word, but it can coherently coexist with this green color. And the missing of green in the new spaces being designed all around the globe, that is actually creating a psychological impact on the users. So many of the designers these days are trying to create a world called the psychological health of the occupant. Many green buildings have started not just being green in the terms of embodied energy or the parameters of sustainability, but more towards how it's more breathable, both naturally and both environmentally, how a user can connect more deeper to a space. Even the manicured greeneries do not really help in making that bond. Many of the outside India buildings have done this. I would say many of the US based and UK based projects, even Australia, they try to create the manicured greenery as a connection so that they can control the defined aesthetic value of the space and also give the green intent for the user's comfort level. Somehow felt defeated, and that's how the Japanese connect of the landscape started coming in, where the landscape was very natural. Though it was very curated, carved, manicured, but it was still very natural. The variety and the diversity of height, length, the colors and the textures, the hard and the soft, and flushed by some lighting, that landscaping started finding few corners in few of the areas. Many Singapore-based architects, Singapore had already developed so much tropical greenery, and these architects were very famous for putting that sense in their designs. And those sense has been already reflected to the world with their buildings, with their airport, with landscape architecture getting a lot of fame through Singapore. And this is the first thing that was captured, was the naturalism or the textures of greenery, like how a jungle coexists and how a garden coexists. Jungle will by default make you feel complete, whereas garden will make you feel nice for a while, maybe for some time of a day. But a jungle you can really live and survive. Maybe a little chaotic in the beginning, but probably that makes you feel that we as a humans are also chaotic. None of us are a perfect being, and for that matter, nothing on the earth is a perfect composition. But everything can coexist, and that feeling of natural landscape, when introduced even in a clusters or in the visual zones, are making users more connect to the space. And this missing of space, I think, is very harmful for increasing aspiration of Instagrammable or Facebook type of designs. These designs are more like a photographic corners. The space has to be designed that it exists inside this nature. And that's why RDT is now focusing on more windows, less wall. And I think the users are feeling more controversial in accepting it during the construction, but once they move in, they somehow can relate to their spaces for a longer time. They are wanting to be with their book or a coffee, enjoy the window side sitting, or maybe just enjoy some music corner. And I think this is what space means. This greenness is the new in, or I would say it is the A retro inn that was always there with the humanity, and somehow we have come at the peak of concrete jungles. Now we are, or we should, and we need to go back to the green jungles. Thank you.